Let's take a look at what is happening in the markets, and we start off with the JSE. Of course, the JSE chewing on some economic data, including the consumer inflation print that came out today for June. We are still seeing a gradual slowdown there. It did come to 5.1% in June from 5.4% in May. But looking at the JSE, slightly down today. The all-share declining 0.16%. Those losses largely coming from the financial 15 with a slump of almost 2/3%. Industrial 25 also following in the same direction, edging lower by more than 0.4%. But backing that overall trend, there is the resources 10 complex with a gain of more than 1%. Let's take a look at what is happening in the US, and on that front, we did get a taste of the first big tech earnings coming from Tesla and Alphabet. Alphabet did beat on the top and the bottom line, but we did see YouTube advertising there coming in lower than what markets had anticipated. Also did see Tesla, which missed on revenue on that front. So looking at how those markets are performing currently, quite a huge decline there, with the tech-heavy Nasdaq leading those losses, nosediving by more than 2.5%. The S&P 500 giving up more than 1.5%, and the Dow with a loss just shy of 1%. Let's take a look at what is happening with markets across the Atlantic, and those markets also digesting some earnings. We did have LVMH on that front, surprising to the downside on sales. But also talking about downside, we did see Deutsche Bank there from Germany posting its first quarterly loss after 15 consecutive quarters. Quite a sea of red over there as well. FTSE 100 declining by more than a tenth of a percent. The CAC 40 slumping more than 1%, and the DAX declining almost 1%. Let's take a look at what is happening on the currency scene and start off with how the rand is doing against some of the major currencies. A little bit of strength on the rand by more than 0.25% against the US dollar at 18 rand 31, against the pound at 23 rand 66, and against the euro at 19 rand 88. Let's take a look at how the other currency pairs are doing, starting off with the euro dollar at 1.08, pound dollar at 1.29, and the yen just above 153 against the US dollar.